I am now, I believe, fully prepared for this fight in the Field of Flowers here. I bought a couple new skills for Patchouli that don't really matter a lot, and one important one for Mei Ling, which is this Wind Elemental attack. So now, instead of being almost completely unable to damage Earth Elemental enemies, she's now super amazing against them. I only have one of these atlases, and there's no point in giving it to Mei Ling, she already absorbs Earth. Nitori can equip it, Patchouli and Marissa cannot, so I don't need to buy 2 more of them. You can buy more atlases in the Tengu village, but as long as I have Nitori with her elemental armor bless, it seems pretty much a waste of money right now, at least for this fight. But if you were not using Nitori, then it might be a good investment. So this is kind of just in the middle of nowhere. I'm not sure what was supposed to be here. This is easily the single worst map in the entire game, obviously. There's literally nothing. This boss absolutely killed the hell out of me a lot earlier in the game. I removed Nitori's armor that halves all of her MP costs, but this Earth spell is the only spell I'm going to use with her this entire battle, I think. Marissa needs to steal, because I don't know what this boss has, but I bet it's really good. Too bad I can't use this Earth spell that's just way better than all of Patchouli's other single-target attacks, but Spring Wind is okay. It's better than the Fire and Ice spells, at least. Okay. And that was still really pathetic. Stole a yokai ring. See, that was worth it. So... yeah, you can blink and shell yourself once. Why not? Until you run out of MP. This is where I want to use Master Spark, right? Yeah. I think this might be the first boss that actually did full damage to, since I bought the spell. Oh, that was almost really good. Why does that do half damage? Like, this boss is weak to wind. You can tell because Patchouli's spell just kicked its butt. Confuse isn't gonna work, is it? I guess this boss resists physical. It doesn't really make any sense at all. And is not weak to wind, just weak to magic? I don't understand how the enemy's elemental properties in this game are decided logically. Like, it just seems extremely random. Why does that do 1200 damage? $1,500 damage that time. Okay, well, if you're gonna do a single target attack, definitely do it against Mei Ling. This is a little sad. This boss doesn't actually seem able to damage me when I have Nitori in my party. And magic is just way too good. The magical and physical characters are balanced well against each other when enemies don't resist or have a weakness to one or the other. But when they do, the balance just completely falls apart. And the battles make no sense. That sort of thing makes sense, like, for one gimmick battle every 5 or 10 hours to make the player have to use skills they wouldn't normally use, but it's like every single boss battle in this game, and even 1 or 2 enemies in many of the normal dungeons. It doesn't make any sense to me from a game design standpoint. Like, what's the point? What's the point of making every character in the game worthless against half of the enemies you fight? Okay, just attack, I guess. Attacks do a little bit too much damage. Like, honestly, that's probably how much damage normal attacks should do. It's just way more than I'm used to in this game. Immune to water? Okay. I just wanted to see what that did, since I can't apparently lose this fight. This enemy hurt me once before I got the earth buff up, and then it just hasn't been able to do anything except inflict poison. Definitely needs a couple of non-elemental attacks. What do we want? You attacked us! Why would you assume that? Why would Rinosuke be out here stomping flower fields? Wow, this girl is really rude. Like, you would expect someone who tends to a sunflower garden as her main deal to be really nice and polite and feminine and maidenish, but that is not her personality. She has access to threaten. That seems appropriate. Oh, it's not a provoke ability either, it just makes them flee? Oh, interesting. It's a really weird ability for grinding for crafting ingredients, I guess, is the main point of it. Okay. Well, I've now got another character that I probably won't ever use, because I'm starting to rack up enough characters that I have more than one of each element now. That's my second Earth Elemental character. I've also got Mei Ling, and like, if I fought a wind boss it would be useful, but I don't have any particular attachment to her because I have never seen her in any Touhou games that I've played or doujins that I've read, and like, that seems to be the main reason you would care about some of these characters, is just that you know them from other Touhou works. So I was told to go to the west side of the map and seek out the path to the underworld or whatever the heck. That was a typo. The world map has been changed. There's Yokai Mountain. I was told to go west. Here's my destination. Yeah, that's totally west of where I was, right? So Komachi isn't actually in my party. I'm not sure what she's doing here. Do all the people who aren't in my active battle party just follow me around in my pocket all the time anyway? Like in most games, that means they're staying behind at the base. They're in Yokai Mountain right now defending it, aren't they? Why can't I step on these little yellow flowers? Like, those definitely don't look like the sort of tile I should be blocked by. They look like something I should be able to step on. Like, I'm positive that in real life I could step on that flower. There's a huge gap between those trees, and I cannot go through it. That is Sakuya. She is dead, apparently. I didn't know that. I thought she was just in my party, just not with me at the time. This is what happens when you don't bring characters in your party with you. They just die while you're not paying attention, apparently. And then you have to fight their ghosts in the road of reconciliation. Ow! Tori just bit it. Oh, that's a really good enemy to grind on. That gives me as much gold as those rabbit fights in Aente. Doesn't seem to be a lot stronger than them. It's a little stronger, but so am I. I've gained several levels since then. There's Yomu. Yaomu? I don't know how to pronounce their names. Oh, I can steal scrolls from them. That makes sense, that's nice. I'm sure that's a scroll for Yamu, too. So, this is one of those situations where Marissa is an extremely important character to have in your party. If you don't have her, then everybody else just gets their power permanently reduced. I will take back what I said about these fights not being that much harder. They are definitely pretty difficult. the rabbits in A&T did not do 900 damage to me. Fortunately, I can just heal for free as long as I have Notori in my party. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to. I think that's a bug. I think that's only supposed to be usable in battle. Fire should be good, right? Oh yeah. That looked painful. This is sort of a neat way to introduce me to some of the skills of the characters that I've never used. Because at this point in the game, almost every player is going to have at least 3 or 4 characters that they just haven't touched. And this is kind of a way to get them to see what they're missing. I like it. And I skipped an area up here, which probably has a treasure chest. It has this. I don't know what that is. And another one here, and neither of them do anything. Okay. What an absolute waste of time. I actually used Raisin, so I should really try hard to steal from this one, I think. Oh, that's a really powerful normal attack. I'm gonna delay this battle a little while. Unless she berserks my entire party. Okay, Explosion Scroll level 3. I already have Explosion level 3. That isn't new. It is not a new spell. Are all of them gonna be worthless? Holy crap! Holy crap! That spell does 200 damage when I use it. It did 1600 damage against Notori. Does she have, like, rank 30 of that? What in the world was that? Is that Berserk again? Oh, that didn't kill her? I should have killed her. She was so close. She's so close to dying that it... Whoa! Wait a minute. Why is Marissa invisible? Marissa, where did you go? Marissa, you were invisible for a second there. Okay. You got better, apparently. Well, okay. Whatever the invisibility was, it didn't last past the battle. She's got no status effects now. this is going to be very unpleasant. At least this version of her isn't immune to magic. When we fought her in the library, she was just completely immune to magic, even though she's not when she's in my party. She's not weak to physical, apparently. Or, you know, maybe she is, because she resists every element, right? So, also, she's totally not dead. She's actually standing right here. Stole a magic crystal. Oh man! Okay. That's a permanent buff item. That increases my max HP for one character permanently. Are any of these not terrible to use? Like, this is non-elemental, but it's gonna do the same damage either way. Okay. You have a non-elemental one you can use? No? Okay. Just do that then. Ow. The good news about being sapped is you can't actually die. Once you get down to 1 HP, you just stop taking damage. Oh, I wanted to use that thingy. Max HP item on Marissa, definitely Marissa. Max MP items on Patchouli, right? Oh, this isn't max MP plus 10, this is magic plus 10. That won't do anything. I should wait and give that to Sine. Sine has that MP recovery spell that actually depends on her magic. But nobody else's magic stat really does much of anything. Why are there just signs on the ground? Just these wooden signs that, like, there's a sign saying there's an item shop, or a weapon shop rather, right here. It's just lying on the ground. There's definitely not a weapon shop right there. There's not one here either. I think I already have that too. So these scrolls aren't really as useful as I thought they would be. So I take back what I said about Marissa being super overpowered in this area. She's just kind of regular. You can get the stat boosting item, but because of how bad stats are in this game, it doesn't do much. If it were HP or MP or speed, it would be more exciting. But it's just the magic stat. Magic stat doesn't really affect your damage. Like that... I mean, it does a little bit, but that plus 10 magic will increase the damage of your magic spells by an average of 2.5 points of damage. When your spells are doing 400, 600 damage against enemies, it doesn't matter. Oh, wrong way. There was a path that I skipped way back there, but I'm sure not going back. Whatever it was, it is lost. That is... that is a weird treasure chest. Those were my two lowest level characters on my team, but I guess they gained 1 level? Is that what happened? They can't have gained much, because they were already 20-something. In fact, I'm not sure they gained any levels at all. Oh, I already tried that, didn't I? This definitely looks like something that would be weak to Holy, right? Yeah, see, sometimes the elemental stuff makes sense, as long as it's not physical or magical resist. Those are the ones that make no sense. Gravira? Oh, crap. Oh, it misses. If it hit everybody, I would... this would be a very dangerous enemy. It also wasn't really what I thought it would be. I thought it would reduce everybody's HP by 2/3. It was just by half. It was just an AoE version of Demi. So, I wonder if there are going to be more of those treasure chests that just give you levels. It's a really weird thing to put in a treasure chest. Like, that's not a treasure. It's neat, but... like, I don't know, I feel like it should be just a message that says you found an experience scroll or something like that, and then you can give the XP. Instead of just finding levels in a treasure chest. Notori is finding plenty of base metals lying on the battlefield. I'm still not sure what they do. Like, they have to be for crafting, but... like, I looked through a lot of those crafting recipes, and I didn't see any that used them. There's gotta be one. But... like, based on how often she gets them, I would expect them to be used in every single recipe. This enemy is weak to earth, apparently. Or maybe just to magic? I don't know. dead end? No, okay, here. Oh, that... I didn't want to start the cutscene, I wanted... Okay, Marissa's standing there. I didn't want to start the cutscene, I wanted to explore the rest of this place. I only went up there to see if it was an exit. Because there are gotta be treasure chests down there. Like, there's a whole section of the dungeon that I didn't go to, apparently. I'm glad that scene doesn't remove everyone from my party, at least. Because if it did, then I really wouldn't be able to go back and do this. Let's get more of these scrolls. They don't do anything except let me sell them, but they'll sell for 1,000 or maybe even 1,500 a piece, probably. I don't remember exactly how much all of the scrolls were worth, but most of them were... most of the higher-end ones were in the 1,500 to 3,000 yen range. That just not a place I can go? Like, I went around the other way and that was a dead end. Like, down there to the lower right is where I started. Whatever. You do a Master Spark so that I feel less bad about using a recharge to restore everyone else's MP. Oh. Immunity to ice does not prevent freeze, apparently. Good to know. That spell is not marked as Ice Elemental. Because you can mark statuses as being elemental. And then they just won't work against enemies that are immune to that element, I think. I guess I could be wrong. The fact that you can mark them as being elemental doesn't necessarily mean that it works. RPG Maker 2003 is notoriously terrible. Got lots of money. So let's just go around this edge until I find a way down to that area I couldn't get to. There's probably something down there. Do I have a ghost? No? Okay. No ghost blessing. Ghost is totally just a regular element in this game. But Notori cannot make me resist it. She also doesn't have one for gravity or poison, I don't think. And maybe other elements. Mystic. She doesn't have one for Mystic. Okay, you attack Mei Ling. She has all of the HP, and she's not weak to physical attacks like Patchouli is. I don't think Yomu has any area attacks, so I don't think I really need to heal Patchouli until this battle ends. I will heal Mei Ling. I'm gonna steal from this enemy before this battle ends. I'm very unimpressed with Mug. Oh man, just instantly kill me. Okay. Mug seems to just be a worse version of Steel. It steals and then it has a 50-50 chance of doing 80 damage to the enemy or healing the enemy for 80 HP. Because the only thing that gives me Mug is a Dark Elemental weapon, and so many enemies absorb Dark in this game. This is a hard thing to steal, apparently. The song changed keys. This has been going on a little too long. That's my cue to stop fighting this enemy. Oh, now the song looped. Okay, now I got a crescent scroll. Now, where was I going? This way, right? Not that way. So there's just no way down there. That whole area is just not accessible. I definitely followed the entire path of the water here. Okay, forget it. I have no idea what sorts of skills Momiji has. Magicide. That destroyed Nitori's MP. That was not useful. Nitori doesn't use her MP. Zantetsu scroll level 1. I can buy level 2 of that in the shop. So like, I haven't seen ghost enemies for several of my party members yet, but it seems like it's not really worth farming this area right now to find them. Because all these items seem pretty bad. They're just for selling, mostly. One thing I do know about Momiji is she resists physical attacks. Just natively. The way Patchouli resists magic. And I assume this ghost enemy is the same way. I wonder if the ghost version of Raisin has her updated elemental properties, because at some point Raisin was changed from being dark elemental to being mystic elemental, and like even when I started this game she was still marked as being the wrong one in the menu. So I wonder if this ghost got corrected to be mystic instead of dark. I want to try Marissa's physical attack that confuses enemies more, because if it actually hits and confuses an enemy, then that's really cool. But it costs so much more MB, and like all of the times I've used it, and I've probably used it 30 or 40 times in this game, hasn't confused an enemy even once. So I'm not sure if it's not worth that MP. I don't know how common immunity to confuse is, or if I've just only used it on bosses that were resistant to magic or what. Okay, well they're watching the path that I went back down. You can go back anytime. So, whoever is in the front of my party should just not be visible in this scene. That would be a good change. Because this is a very, very weird looking scene right here. I should make this the thumbnail for this video. My optional characters, the two optional characters that I got from defeating them in battle are here, but the two I bought from the shop are not, which is fine. They're less important, that's why they don't even have real ways to obtain them. Reimu isn't here. I don't know why Reimu isn't here. Like, I guess the expectation by the developer was I would have Reimu at the front of my party, but Reimu's not even forced into the party, much less forced to be the first person. So if you want me to have Reimu in front of this part, then put her in my team and remove everybody else. But don't actually do that unless you have Koakuma prompt me and say, are you ready to head forward yet? Because I might not be ready. I didn't know this area was going to destroy my ability to backtrack when I entered it. I don't know what her deal is. Her face set looks really happy for someone who is constantly on the verge of murdering me. Her face set looks really grim for someone who is comic relief. This would be a good time to use a tent. I predict a crazy boss battle coming up. We'll find out in the next episode.